Hello, everyone. How is everyone doing so far this year? And are you ready for a quantum leap? There is so much consciousness and energetic shifting happening this year for humanity, individually and globally, for the planet, the universes, on every level you could possibly imagine. And I want to help you to understand and navigate through these quantum leap preparations that we are all in the middle of right now. So welcome to Wisdom Heart Connections. My name is Grace Joy, and hopefully I can give you some insights as to where we are in our evolutionary shift and awakening and let you know what happens next. This time and events happening have been prophesied for thousands of years and interpreted in many different ways. This is not the end of the world. It is the end of the Piscean age and bringing us more fully into the Aquarian age of enlightenment. This is not just a transformation for humanity, but rather a metamorphosis of which humanity and all the universe are participating in. More on that later. To begin, let's just take in that beautiful pranic energy of the holy breath. Imagine every cell and aspect of your being taking in this pure divine energy, cleansing, purifying, and regenerating every part of your being. At the same time, ask your higher self to surround you in a field of protection. With this protection, only good will go from you, and only good will come to you. And so we begin right at the beginning of the year 2024. Those who are awake and aware, I think, already knew this would be a very interesting and possibly challenging year. But I don't know if any of us really knew just how challenging it really would turn out to be. It started out pretty quickly in the new year of 2024 with heightened sensitivities as DNA activations and various initiations took place through the second half of 2023. These events were meant to prepare us for the global releasing of very, very ancient, deeply seated ancestral programs on a global scale that I don't know if many of us were really prepared for such intensity. For myself, I've been one of millions of beings as a beacon of divine light for the raising of the frequencies of humanity so that our ascension would really happen this time. In that we are assured of now. With the deep work of releasing these deep-seated ancestral beliefs came with what felt like non-stop, very low vibrational energies that just continued to push on us so hard that it created all kinds of physical, emotional, and mental symptoms that at times felt unbearable. Many of my clients felt the same way, and we all knew that it would take every bit of our energy to maintain balance as best we could. This went on for 2.5 months before we got a break. So by the end of the first week in March, the energies lifted, and I could finally sit with my spirit and spiritual team that I work with to get some clarity. The following information I received in part from my team and was confirmed by Nancy Rebecca and Pam Gregory. Following are some cliff notes I made so that we could be aware of what is happening now and what is to come. These shifts are new to all of us, so trust, surrender, and discernment will be expected and required from all of us. We must also be patient with others, as each will have their own unique experience of awakening and will need our compassion and love. I titled this Solar Eclipse, April 8th, 2024. Channeled information by Grace Joy, Nancy Rebecca, and Pam Gregory. I will be breaking down this as best I can to not make it too long. For example, I won't go much into the astrology part of this because this is not my specialty. However, I do respect Pam Gregory's work in this field a great deal. Her work gives great confirmation to the information that I received, as well as what Nancy Rebecca received. For those that want much more detailed explanations, I will put a link below. Blue light frequencies have now over the past few months supercharged the Earth right underneath the surface and are here to stay. From others, I have heard blue-violet energies. This is the frequency now which helps dissolve and release the illusions for individuals and for the planet itself. And it enhances the truth of who we are and enhances the truth of what's going on the planet. The raising of the frequencies with humanity has now made it possible for us to take this next step. For me, after part 2 of a 3-part initiation and DNA activation, which happened on November 27th, 2023, I felt a great shift of energy at that time that I couldn't explain, but got the sense that my higher self and the beings of light that I work with wanted me to assimilate these new energies as quickly as possible and created a sense of urgency to complete part 3 of this new light activation. That was accomplished 1 month later. The final phase was intense, and it took a whole day for me to re-enter my body fully. Within days, I realized the work that I had been doing for almost 40 years now had been taking me to another level. With all that humanity and the planet have been going through, I was now feeling the full brunt of it and having to put all of my energies into holding the light for the dissolving and releasing of illusions for humanity and the planet itself like never before. It was intense, to say the least. I was just one of millions of lightworkers around the world that were simultaneously doing this last big push of dissolving and releasing. This went on for 2.5 months. By March 11th, I finally got a break. So at this point, I began to ask questions from my galactic team. This is when I found out about the blue light frequencies, and not long afterwards got confirmation from Nancy Rebecca and Pam Gregory. Then when I shared this information with the co-minister, Marita, she confirmed the blue energy as blue-violet energy. All humanity is involved in one way or another in this shift of the ages that we call ascension. There are blue light frequency hotspots beginning to be revealed by different beings throughout the universe. They will each come out over a period of time to give humanity time to assimilate the energies with the greatest ease. Algeria is a big blue frequency surge hotspot. This releases the male energy of the dragon and the female energy of the mermaid, 2 powerful symbolic totems which are part of a very large river that was dammed back in the 1940s or 50s, and that dam is starting to break. The dragon energy is about leadership and strength and self-sufficiency, and the mermaid energy is related to Cilicia. She was the wife of Neptune in myth, which represents water. There's a lot of astrology that lines up with what is happening now and what is to come, of which Pam Gregory is the most evolved being that I know of to explain in great detail the astrology of all of these happenings. The whole universe is completely involved in what's happening on Earth because of the creativity that we have here and the fact that what happens here for humanity and the planet will affect all of the universes. Humanity and the planet are pivotal in raising the consciousness of the universe as this planet is moving into its rightful position in the universe shifts all the planets in the universes. This isn't just about a transformation for humanity. It's a metamorphosis in which the dwarf planet Sedna, the furthest planet from Earth, which takes 11,400 years to orbit our planet, is linked as well. It will be its closest in 2075, which means it is very close to us now. The beings from this planet are helping us to adjust and adapt so that we can embrace some of these concepts. This dwarf planet brings back a lot of high information to Earth. Another aspect of this metamorphosis is the community aspect and tapping into higher mind. We are going to be highly productive as well, wanting to see the Earth uplifted. And that is represented by Uranus, which is about higher mind, linking with the galactic beings, as well as helping humanity with mental health. This is the planet of which Dr. Claire Little is from. I was fortunate enough to learn and grow through her shared wisdom. She told us of these times to come almost 40 years ago. She always referred to the Earth as a blue planet, and she always had a blue rose to represent our church and educational center. She warned us to be diligent in our work, so we wouldn't falter when the time came for us to use all of our gifts for the work that was intended for each of us. Also, knowing how difficult these times would be, she told us that when this time comes, to grab a hold of what she called the golden ring. Hold on tight and don't let go, she said. I believe this is that time. With the blue light frequency surges, the help from the underworld, the masculine divine energy of ancient wisdom, coming from the masculine divine, and the feminine energy of the mermaid and the galactic world of Uranus has been going strong since January, February of this year, and as well into March. This massive energy of the masculine divine beings becomes this beautiful container for the divine feminine to be expressed. So March 15th, which we've passed, creates so much balance with another big surge on the lunar eclipse. This will be when this diamond-like silvery energy is going to be coming in. But the Earth must go through an enhanced acceleration to balance the male and the female energies within us. And this is where Uranus comes in, because Uranus moves at super speed. It is like quantum jumping, much faster than the speed of light. The Aries equinox will be insanely powerful and throughout the rest of April. In looking at the energies coming, this spike of energy on the solar eclipse of April 8th will be off the chart. And this eclipse is going directly across America, northeast to southwest. Very, very high blend of diamond light with sparkles of silver and diamond energy coming in. They are very, very high frequencies. What I am revealing now is very exciting. Anyone who chooses can go into meditation and ask to have a preview experience of this April 8th solar eclipse energies come into them, bringing in the diamond silver energies as a beam of light. This may be your experience. The energies may come in through the crown chakra and stop at the corpus callosum, which is the white matter of the brain. This is the white matter that holds the left and the right sides of the brain in place, and it helps it communicate back and forth from each side. The corpus callosum will get brighter and brighter, clearing out a lot of old energies from it and expanding the white matter, and it feels really good. Pretty much like when we open the pineal gland and light up the cave with the crystalline energies, except this is in the white matter of the brain. So what does all this mean? With the corpus callosum cleansing and vibrating higher and expanding the white matter, instead of us compartmentalizing our thoughts and beliefs on one side of the brain or the other, we will be capable of having access to all parts of the brain at the same time. So why is this important? This is important because of going through all the fear-based traumas throughout life, or even just in the last 4 to 8 years, we literally shrink the corpus callosum. That's where we make our minds smaller, just so we can handle things and not be over-traumatized. This gives us less access to our thought processes. So on April 8th, this energy will start to come in and expand the white matter. Then at the end of April, these enormous energies of wisdom and knowledge through this diamond silver energies is going to pour into the earth, and because our corpus callosum has expanded, we are going to be able to take in that wisdom and knowledge that we can't right now. This is where you will want to listen to this video that I have linked below, because Pam confirms this so well with her astrological explanations. Uranus is the planet of awakening and the planet of expansion, and at lightning speed brings us into another level of consciousness, and that happens on April 20th. And it will be like an explosion of light which shatters all old belief systems. This will be an enormous healing for mental illnesses. This will open up major shifts in literally every area of life. The one thing to do right now is to do something different. We want to stress the neuroplasticity of the brain. We want the mind to be more open, more flexible, less rigid and limited, and just by saying, I'm going to drive home a different way, even if it takes me a little longer, because this will expand the neuroplasticity of my brain. Do the new. Be authentic. Also give each other compassion as we all go through this shift. One last thing that's going to happen is we will have new levels of plasma light codes coming in, which is like putting an exclamation mark on this whole event. So feel the excitement. Do grounding. Meditate. Live in compassion and love. Be out in nature. Listen to music that moves you both physically and emotionally. Share new ideas with those you trust. Laugh more. So I'm putting a link under here that you can go to so you can hear. These are just cliff notes. This way you can hear the full explanation given by Pam Gregory on the astrological side, and by Nancy Rebecca from what she channeled in, and the bits and pieces that I channeled in. So this will give you more information. So this is the point of releasing and creating meditation that I created. It's a tool in releasing the past stories in a gentle way and letting the sun set on the past, and then shifting into the new now and begin creating a brighter, higher frequency consciousness. Letting the sun rise on your new future. This meditation is meant to be used at bedtime. Let it put you in a deep state of relaxing, allowing the information to be received by the subconscious mind. I have been told that this should be done over a 30-night period. It will make releasing the storylines and taking the wisdom from the story much easier. So I put a link for that in here as well. It's on YouTube, so you'll be able to check that out that way. I hope this information was helpful for you. These were cliff notes, so it was very brief, but it gives you the key points of where we're at right now. By the time you listen to this, some of this will have already passed. Hopefully you listen to it before the April 8th, so you know exactly what to expect on April 8th. And you'll be able to put your mindset in a line with what's happening on April 8th, so you can take in those frequencies a lot easier. Also, it'll prepare you for April 20th as well. So there's a lot of changes that are taking place at just quantum speeds. And I hope you enjoy this. If you resonate with it, share it with friends. Pass it on. The more people that get this information and wake up to what's happening in the world, the ascension that's taking place. It is taking place. It has been slowly taking place over a number of years, but now we're at warp speed with this, and things are happening really so fast you can hardly even keep up anymore. I've heard it said that 24 hours is now really 16-hour days. So lots happening, lots of changes, and let's just be ready for all of it. So, namaste. Thank you for listening. Thank you.